Hey everyone, welcome back to Genai's Football News. We start with some incredibly sad news from the football world. According to BBC Sport and ESPN, Franco Baresi, the legendary AC Milan and Italy defender, has passed away at the age of 66. This is a tremendous loss for the sport. Baresi was an absolute icon. We're talking about a player who spent his entire career at AC Milan, appearing in over 700 matches for the Rossoneri. During his time there, he won 6 Serie A titles and 3 European Cups. Beyond his club success, Baresi was also a World Cup winner with Italy, cementing his place as one of football's all-time greats. His leadership, intelligence, and defensive mastery set the standard for generations of defenders to come. The football world is mourning the loss of a true legend today. Moving on to a story that's been dominating headlines in the footballing world. According to BBC Sport and ESPN, FIFA has released a statement saying that nobody is selling football as the organization defends its controversial plan to bring private equity investors into the World Cup. FIFA says it will continue the consultation process despite some serious pushback. This comes after UEFA threatened to boycott future World Cups over the proposal. The governing body is clearly determined to move forward with its strategy, even as criticism mounts from major football confederations across Europe. The tension between FIFA and UEFA over this issue has reached fever pitch, with The Athletic reporting on what amounts to an ongoing power struggle between the two organizations. It's a fascinating but controversial moment for football governance. In coaching news, ESPN is reporting that Diego Forlán, the former Uruguay striker and 2-time Ballon d'Or winner, has been appointed as head coach of the Uruguayan national team on an interim basis. His contract will run until March 2027. This is a significant move for Uruguay, bringing in a club legend to steady the ship during a transitional period. Forlán had an incredible playing career, and now he's taking his first major coaching role with his country's national side. It's an interesting choice that gives the federation time to evaluate their long-term coaching strategy while having a respected figure at the helm. Forlán will get the chance to make an immediate impact with the national team during the upcoming qualifying campaign. Now let's talk transfers, because there's been a lot of movement. ESPN is reporting on Casemiro's move to Inter Miami, where the Brazilian midfielder will link up with Lionel Messi. In an interview, Casemiro had some glowing words for his new teammate, calling Messi the god of football and expressing his desire to help the Argentine legend add more silverware to an already record-breaking career. It's a fascinating move that brings together two absolutely elite players in MLS. Casemiro, the Champions League-winning midfielder from Real Madrid, is joining forces with Messi in what could be a genuinely special partnership for Inter Miami. The question now is whether they can help the club make a serious run at MLS silverware and the CONCACAF Champions Cup. Both players clearly have winning mentalities, and they'll be hungry to prove themselves at the highest level. In Premier League transfer news, ESPN's James Ollie is reporting that Arsenal are increasingly confident about signing Bruno Guimarães from Newcastle United. The momentum appears to have shifted following the departure of Newcastle manager Eddie Howe. Arsenal clearly see Guimarães as a key target to strengthen their midfield as they push for the Premier League title. Meanwhile, on the Manchester United front, ESPN is reporting that Marcus Rashford has said goodbye to Barcelona as he returns to Old Trafford following his loan spell at the Catalan club. Rashford's time in Spain didn't quite work out as hoped, and he's now back where his journey with the Red Devils continues. These moves represent significant shifts in the Premier League power structure as the new season approaches. There's been some tension in MLS over roster rules. ESPN is reporting that Inter Miami co-owner Jorge Mas has heavily criticized the league's Discovery List rule, a regulation that's been at the center of disputes over player signings. Mas has been pushing to abolish the rule for over 2 years now, and the Casemiro situation has brought the issue back into the spotlight. The Discovery List has become a contentious topic among MLS owners who feel it limits their ability to build competitive squads. Mas's complaints highlight the ongoing debate about how MLS structures its player acquisition process and whether current rules are serving the league's competitive interests. As MLS continues to attract bigger names from Europe, these kinds of regulatory disagreements are likely to intensify. Finally, let's look to the future. ESPN is already getting ahead of itself, and honestly, we can't blame them. With the 2026 World Cup now in the books, the outlet asked its reporters to vote on the top contenders for the 2030 World Cup. The early power rankings feature some familiar heavyweights. Teams like Spain, Brazil, Germany, the USA, Mexico, England, Argentina, and France are all expected to be in the conversation when the tournament rolls around in 4 years. Of course, a lot can change between now and 2030. Injuries, coaching changes, generational shifts, but it's fun to think about which nations will rise and which might fall from grace. These rankings are purely speculative at this stage, but they give us a sense of which football nations are expected to remain powerhouses going forward.